Let's do the first take. I need just to make sure that I'm in the right position. I think I can get into a better position, but I'm going to take this for now. Let me center myself and also just try to make this space as safe as possible by telling you that I'm going to try and share a little bit more personal things around where I'm at presently, and I'm kind of feeling that I need to do that. A lot of people have been asking questions, and I've gathered in a small crowd in a place that I would consider to be safe at the moment, which is this channel. And here I'm hoping to share some information that is relevant to where I'm at right now, and also the feelings that go with that, and take it from there. Let me give you my location, which is worth talking about. It's been a few days like this where there's been it's absolutely windless. There's not even a breeze, and from where I am I can see all the way across the False Bay, Hottentots, Holland, people on the beach. I'm 3 floors up, and in that distance I can see Muizenberg suburbia, and then when I go around me I can see the mountain range, which you can see in the background. And so physically I'm on the top of the world. Emotionally not so, and I really struggle to connect myself to my feelings. Friday used to be a very interesting day for me. I've been working in the space of dealing with other people's waste, the organic waste, for a while, and I popped up on a few sites around, and the one thing that became clear to me was there's definitely 2 types of people. And I should warn you as well that this is a safe space. I've created the safe space, chosen the space very, very specifically, both physically as well as the platform where I can share deeply. And then there's going to be a fair amount of nakedness and bareness that will be featured, which I think maybe I'll start with, because then you can also appreciate that. I'm just looking to see on this camera if I can do that. Maybe I'll just turn the camera upside down. Maybe we'll start with that. So I've just, and while I do that, I'm going to focus on my bare feet and say to you that I've just come back from a 10k run and a swim. And I call it run swim until I can find a better word. It is my barefoot running has been my glory. I don't think about it. I think about it before and I think about it after. There's absolutely no pain when I avoid the pebbles. There are some. I've never stubbed my toe once. And this session that I'm doing here now is designed to give you more information, to showcase a little bit, so that you can see, you can ask questions, you can reach out, you can touch. So I'm the true barefoot. I'm the pure barefoot. There's nothing between my soul and the road. And I run from Fish Hoek. I run towards Fish Hoek, and I sometimes make it and sometimes bail out slightly before, and I go at a reasonable pace. I do have capacity to turn it up a notch. But today we ended up in the ocean, and I think it's about 12 degrees, and it's still a safe 12. I didn't get repelled by the 12 like I had been before, and I'm safe to say that it's June and I'm still swimming, and I'm still being energized from the sea. So that really that's the game changer for me, to be able to explore my natural environment in my nakedness. I have spent a fair amount of time, and I want to transition into the sadness, and then I want to go to the joy, to why we're upstairs here. What are we announcing to the world in this little tiny channel of 2 people watching? Fridays used to be very interesting. It started off being hard work. There was a good long chapter, maybe a 6-month chapter, of showing up every single Friday as well as other days of the week, a spade in hand, fork in hand, digging, turning compost, digging trenches, long conversations, and planting and harvesting, and then selling. And for those who know, we have had a very strange relationship with our landlord. We inherited a lot of things, and we inherited a very strange relationship. We never really sat down at the same table. The only time that we really met with them was at the beginning of this year, where they called us in and they told us to move the compost because the compost was causing problems for them. And I'm going to say to you that this challenge that I'm facing right now is I'm going to call it Not in My Backyard, and you can do the acronym there yourself, starting with an N and ending with a Y. So we were hoping to come out of our meeting with our landlords with a signed lease, and we would have been very happy with the signed lease. I wouldn't have done this video else if I didn't have it. And instead of that, I had a list of things in there that I need to comply with, and so I needed to change my operating systems in terms of compost, how I do it, and I ended up moving away from the open stack hot compost, and I moved to a drum bokashi that feeds into a trench. And I don't want you to get too stuck on the system. The main thing is we then adapted, and in the middle of the adaptation we get a WhatsApp, we get a message to say, sorry, you guys have to be out in 2 weeks. And it hit me for 6. And then we contested, and they said, okay, we'll give you another week. And then on Friday they came and they locked the doors. They changed the locks on the gates, and so now we're out. So clearly we're contesting it. Clearly we want to take it to court, because this is not fair. In fact, I'm angry. I might not be shouting right now, but deep down I'm disappointed and I'm angry. Those are the core feelings. I want to tell you that in the space that I've been working with restaurants and with households, there are 2 types of people. And the one type of people, they need to get rid of their waste and they need to dump it. And they don't really have the headspace for the circular economy, closing the loop, turning organic waste into compost and growing food for vulnerable people. They're not interested in that narrative. They just need it moved away, and that's a good chunk of people. Lately, in our garden space, we found the other person come through. Shall we just call her Saint Agnes? She would come regularly. She would use the garden walk as part of her therapy. Bucket in hand, march up to the compost pile, and quietly, almost discreetly, she would empty her organic matters, the contents of a bucket, onto a pile, and then cover it up with the cover material that we provided, and off she went. And there's more of Agnes that we saw coming through. We saw Agnes in different forms. We saw Agnes on a bicycle, we saw Agnes in a car, we saw taxi loads of people coming through. It just became magical. And it's in with that context that I'm sad that we now need to deal with people that have been given that opportunity to do something significant with their waste, and now not. I want to end up by going into the space of what can you do on your journey. I'm inviting you, okay, to join me in this journey, and where we're going to is a destination that we both can share in that new world where food is free and people are happy. I'm going to open the bucket. That's the title of the session, the point of the session. But before I do that, I kind of want to give you two options, two very simple options as to what you can do in your daily life that can be considered a small step towards radical self-reliance, or just by creating a better world. So the one option is, for those of us that drink a lot of coffee, instead of getting rid of our coffee grounds by throwing it in the bin, you can literally hold on to it a bit longer and ask yourself the question, is there a system that I have in my household where this can benefit? So there's my coffee grounds, and that puck I'm going to keep. So that's a small step. I'm suggesting coffee, I'm suggesting tea, I'm suggesting whatever you do lots of that's creating organic waste. Keep it, put it back in the garden, and watch the magic happen from there. And then the big one, I'm going to show you the big one. So that was the small one, here's the big one. Are you ready for this? We live 2 floors down of this building, and it's concrete all around us. We moved in about 3 years ago, and we're now down to 3 cats. Each one with different poop habits, and all of them poop. The poop ends up in a bucket, and then the bucket gets treated, and then the bucket's contents get added to compost. So this is what we call pre-composting, and I have treated my cat poop and other people's dog poop and other people's organic waste. But today I'm going to show you January, February, March, April, May, June, about 5 months with a collection, daily collection of cat poop. And you might already be going back in your seat. Ooh, why, how, what's the point? And all I really want to do is just to talk you through some of the stuff that you can safely watch on camera. So I'm going to open the bucket, and I'm going to open the bucket with a view of the sea so that you can appreciate that. So there's the bucket, and there's the sea, and slowly opening it, and then we're going to ask ourselves, what can we see? I'm going to put my camera down for a bit. So with the camera going and the bucket opener, tuning into my nose and asking myself, is there a specific smell that I'm getting? And I'm holding that kind of space for now, and there's no smell that makes me want to. Well, there's a smell coming through at the moment, and it's not that aggressive smell that would make you want to run away. If I look in it, I'm seeing a mixture of the poop and seeing a mixture of the poop and a bit of grit and a lot of organics. And the stuff that we're looking for is that white fungus, which I'm hoping you can pick up if you look at it closely. So when it gets to about halfway, which is now, I'm going to close the lid, and I'm going to say to you that this bucket lives on my balcony right next to the place where the animals do their toilet. I'm out. I'm done. Thanks for watching. I'm going to end by just saying to you that I'm good enough and I'm welcome in this space. Thanks for listening.